Happy Saturday evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fighting's Final. I'm your host, Mike Laro. Man, oh man, oh man. It was close for a while, and then the Fighting Phils broke it open as they win tonight. That's right, they get a little revenge on those Cleveland Guardians as they win by 6 tonight after losing by 6 last night as the final score is 7-1. Story of the game is Ranger Suarez tonight. What a performance he put in. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Good to see Ranger getting back in form there a little bit tonight. I'll tell you what, and just to be equally as dominant on the opposite side was a big B for the Cleveland Guardians. He also went 7 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So it was kind of a pitcher's duel, guys. We're going to get right into this game. Right now, it is. We're going to go to the top of the 4th, where Kyle Schwarber would get an RBI single, and it would score Trey Turner, giving the Phillies a 1-0 lead. And that 1-0 lead would hold up from the top of the 4th to the top of the 8th. And in that span, Ranger Suarez had retired 12 in a row for the Phillies. It was just an unbelievable performance by him as he knocks out 12 in a row. But we're going to move on to the top of the 8th. First 2 outs, Sosa and Stott would make an out to begin the inning. And then Trey Turner would hit a single, get on first base. And then Bryce Harper, the guy, if you watch me this morning, guys, I was on Patterson Avenue Sports Fanatics or Patterson Avenue Sports show this morning with James Scorza and Joey Marks. We were kind of waiting on Mr. Harper to get things going here. And boy, did he do that tonight. He would go on to hit a 2-run home run, giving the Phillies a little bit of cushion. It would make it a 3-0 game. And then literally 3 batters later, one of the unsung heroes, I think, early on in this early season, Max Kepler, with a 2-run double, scoring Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber, giving the Phillies a 5-0 lead. And then Brandon Marsh, we get down to the bottom of the lineup. Brandon Marsh would hit an RBI single. Kepler would score, giving the Phillies a 6-0 lead. And then Amundo Sosa, what can you say about him, guys? He has been a really good Philly this year. Always delivering. He delivers once again in the top of the 8th with an RBI single, and JT Realmuto will score. Guys, everybody in the Phillies lineup had a hit with the exception of our leadoff guy, Bryson Stott. No hit for Stotty tonight, but everybody else in the lineup had at least 1 hit tonight. They would send literally 11 men to the plate in that top of the 8th inning. And they just, again, this Phillies team, dude, what they're doing against bullpens in Major League Baseball is just unreal. You see, these crooked innings, and it was a great thing to see because, yes, I know they got the home run from Harper, but they also did it with small ball as well. So they were able to combine it, and they really just kind of put the Guardians away tonight with that top of the 8th inning. In the bottom of the 9th, our old buddy Carlos Santana would hit a sac fly, and they would score their only run of the game in the bottom of the 9th as the Phils would close this out 7-1 tonight. Trey Turner has now raised his average to 313. I think he's doing very well in this number 2 slot in this lineup. I'm still going to say, even though Bryson Stott didn't get a hit tonight, you got to keep him up there in that leadoff position. Phillies tonight with runners in scoring position. They were 4 for 9 tonight. So just a little bit, almost 500-ish with scoring runs tonight. Not leaving too many guys on. They scored 4 out of 9. So that's not too bad. The RBI leaders for the Phillies tonight: Harper with 2, Kepler with 2, as they both tied, and then Schwarber, Marsh, and Sosa each with an RBI apiece. Um, and to me, guys, like I said, this to me was probably a dominating performance by the Phillies pitching tonight. Um, Hernandez throws a scoreless eighth. Um, Joe Ross, in the ninth inning was a little shaky. I never really kind of had a question of whether they were going to win the game or not, but he was a little shaky in the ninth. But he does give up the run, and but overall, the Phil's pitching tonight was just outstanding. Ranger Suarez looking really, really good, and this is going to take us to our Broad Street bottom line. Broad Street bottom line is this: the 3 players of the game tonight. I kind of like to do it the 3 players of the game, whether it be Phillies or non-Phillies tonight. And I'll tell you what, my 3 players of the game, Ranger Suarez doing what he did: 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He is my number 1 star of the game. Number 2, Bryce Harper, 3 for 5 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. And Trey Turner, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. They are my 3 players of the game. Honorable mention also is Bibby from Cleveland, also going 7 innings, giving up 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 3 strikeouts, no walks. He's an honorable mention. He pitched his butt off tonight. So again, that's the Broad Street bottom line for that. This game tonight, I'll tell you what, man, this is now 9 out of the last 13 that the Phillies have scored 7 or more. They have won 9 of the last 13. So they are starting to hit on all cylinders right now. And it's just going to show you that even though they may not get to the starting pitching, when it comes to getting to the bullpen, the Phillies have been doing this all year. They've been getting to teams' bullpens. It doesn't matter who it is. They've just been getting to everybody's bullpen. And I'll tell you what, it's really something to see, man. It really, truly is. Let me check your comments right now. Ranger Danger is back, says Star Wars. I'll tell you what, man, he keeps pitching like this. It's going to be hard to put Andrew Painter in this rotation. So it was really cool to see. It says Adam C's checking in. It says Phillies return their favorite tonight. Let's win the series tomorrow night. Hey, look, listen, I think they got a great chance, dude. Christopher Sanchez going tomorrow. He's really kind of dominated the American League. I mean, if you go back and watch some of his starts against the American League, man, he's pretty damn good. He says, was 1,700. His ERA is now down to 591. Adam saying, my man Mike, it's great to see you. Adam, likewise, buddy. I'm glad you are here. But it says, good, we have Wheeler tomorrow. I thought it was Sanchez tomorrow. All right, then I'm going to have to check that because I could have sworn that he followed Ranger. And I thought Sanchez did. He probably did pitch. So let me double check that for you. But I could have sworn it might have been Christopher Sanchez going tomorrow. Let me see who they got going tomorrow. Yes, it is. It is Ortiz and Zach Wheeler. So, yeah, I'm mistaken. Sanchez will be going when they return home. Mario Alpini checking in, says still no faith in Harper. Mike, Mario, you can't say that after a 3 for 5 game with a home run and 2 runs batted in. Can't say you don't have no faith in the guy when he puts out a performance like this. So I maybe start to come around a little bit more on him. He says Marsh is turning it around. Adam saying Marsh is turning it around since he's come back up. I truly believe that. I believe Brandon Marsh has, because I truly believe that in his mind, he's probably knowing that he's really not going to have too many, he's not going to have too many chances left, I believe, with this Phillies team. Like, it's not going to be, his next step's going to be out the door. So Broad Street Sports saying good win for the Phillies tonight. Yes, it was. It was a dominating performance by Ranger Suarez. And I'll tell you what, Hernandez looked good in the eighth, too, coming in. Like I said, it was a little kind of functified with Ross coming in the ninth inning. But as far as the first 8 innings, I got no complaints. And the way Ranger was able to get himself out of jams tonight, he looked like playoff Ranger tonight. And he threw less than 85 pitches. That's another great sign to see. And Star Wars saying it's Wheeler. Yes, I went on there and checked. For some odd reason, I thought it was Sanchez. Star Wars going, but to me, I can't wait to see what happens. Um, you know, and going into this game, and of course, we got to wait all night now because coming up, you know, um, you know, coming up tomorrow, the Phillies also, as Adam mentions right here, they are on ESPN, which means you're going to get national coverage tomorrow and not your home broadcasting. But it is what it is. Silver says enjoys the sunshine and dry weather because a couple of soggy days return in the upcoming week. Periods of rain likely Tuesday. On and off showers continue into Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Star Wars, that's the life you live, living in the Northeast at this time of the year. Between April and May, it's always raining, always, you know. But again, I would like to see what's getting ready to come. And to be honest with you, I actually have the game Monday night, so they play the Cardinals. So I'll be with you guys on Monday. So again, if they were to get rained out, they could possibly, if those 2 days get rained out, they could possibly move it to a day-night doubleheader the next time the Cardinals and Phillies have a similar off day. So you would just have to wait. But I'll tell you what, man, it's been something. And for the Phillies, I mean, they got some winnable games really coming up here after tomorrow. And likewise, what I'm saying that is that you have the game tomorrow in Cleveland. And then after that, you got 3 with the Cardinals, 3 with the Pirates. This should be definitely some series wins for the Fightins. Now, whether it is or not, I don't know. It says P&M in the AM, 11 a.m. Will Pat be up by then? I don't know, but you know what? You kind of went into a great segue for me. And guys, don't forget, roughly in about an hour right now, okay? Or I'm sorry, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. tomorrow night, Matty B will be back with the final word. I would imagine he's probably going to mix both of them together because our boy Matty also has the Fightins final tomorrow night. So with them being on ESPN, Matty's probably going to do both, kind of knock it out of the way as the stud that he is. So make sure you guys tune in for the Fighting final tomorrow night / probably the final word. And don't forget, he will be doing the Down on the Farm. Okay, make sure you check out of all the comings and goings in the Phillies organization from single A all the way up to double A. And then Thursday nights, guys, is Pat and Steve. They are here covering the Union for you. Both of the guys tonight. Pat, I know, is down at Subaru Park right now covering, as we speak, he is covering the Union. And Steve will be joining him exclusively every Thursday night here at 9 o'clock on It's a Rap Sports Network for the Attacking Third. So, guys, make sure you tune in for those guys. And, of course, me and Pat, that's right, me and Pat usually on Sundays. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Got to take care of those ladies in your life and your mamas if they are still with us. Make sure you take care of them. So, Pat and Al have pushed our start time back to 11 a.m. tomorrow. So we will be joining you at 11 a.m. here on It's a Wrap. So guys, make a mental note of that so you can come in and your Sundays will never be the same. If you were with us last week, you saw Pat trying to use this 56K modem and trying to talk. So it was pretty good. I'll tell you what, this team, another thing I'm going to give Phillies a little bit of credit for, they kind of took it on the chin last night. And for them to turn around and basically do to Cleveland what Cleveland did to them last night shows me something with this team. And I think the more I see this, you know, I really do think that this Phillies team can go far. they just got to shore up some of their things. I'm liking the way the bullpen's looking. As much as we killed them and as much as maligned they were early on in the season, we really have to sit back and take a look about really how well they've been doing as of late. Um, Uncle Steve checking in saying, my son just had a walk-off sac fly. I missed this game. That's all right, Steve. Go back and take a look at it. It was basically 1-0 till the top of the eighth, and the Phillies exploded for 6 runs in the top of the eighth. Adam C says, great job, Mike, once again. Yes, and speaking of this, I have to do this because, our boy Matty B likes to boast, but I am now 6-2 when hosting a Fightins final. I know I think Matty was up to like 9 and something the last time I checked, but as of tonight, I am now 6-2 covering the Phillies. So more wins than losses. So I kind of like that. I'm kind of right up there. I think I'm not that far away from him. The voice of God. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow with this handsome gent checking in. Big Al Safiri says, that's how a team responds to a lifeless game. Al says, I'm bad luck. I would hate to see what your record is, Al, there. I'm pretty sure Matty will tell us tomorrow of whose record is what. But to me, I feel like I said, I feel like Harper is taking steps in the right direction now. With a game like this, I really think he can be the guy that we've been waiting, the $330 man. If he starts producing like this going forward, like it's going to be, this team's going to be very scary. And of course, with the trade rumors going around, with them adding a guy like Aaron Nolanado or possibly Rafael Devers from Boston, if you can insert those 2 guys in this type of lineup, holy cow, man. And that's all I'm saying. And, I kind of touched base with this a little bit this morning when I was on with the Patterson Avenue Sports guys. Watched the podcast literally from yesterday with Chris Rose, and he had somebody on, and he was going over trade scenarios, and he said the 2 places, the 2 high, people that he thinks are going to be on the move is Rafael Devers and Nolan Arenado, and he's got them both. One or the other's coming here to Philly. So I wouldn't mind it. I like Rafi Devers. If you do come off of Kyle Schwarber, you have Devers as a DH. He can also play third. So let's see what happens there. Steve says, I remember Devers being in Cole Hammer's trade rumors. Yes, he was at one point in time. Ty Walker may be the Swiss Army knife instead of Ranger. I don't know about that. I still think he's kind of fool's gold. But as long as he's doing his job and kind of pitching, he could definitely end up on a team or be a part of a trade to go somewhere. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. To me, Taijuan Walker's just not done enough for the Phillies for my liking for him to be still a part of this team. So if they can get rid of him and help them bring somebody else in here, again, it was nice to see finally Alec Bohm got the night off. Maybe this might do some wonders for him, but he got the night off tonight. Again, guys, this game tonight was something to me, was more about Ranger Suarez and the way he bounced back from his first outing. And I'll tell you what, he looked phenomenal, man. He really did. Again, 45 game on base streak for Schwarber. Yes, we cannot deny that. I believe he tied Odubel Herrera tonight. I believe I heard them say on the broadcast he tied Odubel Herrera for that record. So good for him. Now he's on, I believe he's going after Bobby Abreu, which was somewhere in the 50s. I want to say, I think they said 57, but I wasn't sure. I'm not sure. So don't hold it against me. But yeah, definitely want to go and make sure of that. So again, guys, special start time tomorrow. I've been rambling on here. Didn't even realize I had the screen thing up on there for you guys. So I'm sitting here doing facial expressions and I'm just seeing me choke Pat. So I apologize for that. Again, guys, Phillies tonight, just definitely just the bats broke out late. And again, I'm going to keep saying this. This team against bullpens right now, are they the best team right now going against bullpens? I mean, there was times early in the year that they couldn't get nothing going, but as of late, man, they just been, even if the starting pitching gets them down, dude, it's just been obliterating bullpens. There you go. I forgot to ask, how did your wrestling match go? It went pretty well, Adam. I was definitely sore last week, so it wasn't too bad. I'll let you know about the next one, man, if you want to get out. Next step for Rangers is do this against an actual team with an offensive talent outside of Quan and Ramirez. Yeah, I mean, but you can't get mad at them about who he starts against. I mean, this Cleveland team's they came in with the same record as the Phillies. So, matter of fact, they had a better record coming into tonight's game. So, they were actually one game better than the Phillies. So, I'm not gonna knock this because it's Cleveland. I mean, especially when that team's got the same record as the Phillies. So, I'm not gonna knock that. I mean, you may not think highly of Cleveland. I think I take them a little. I take them a little more serious because they do have pitching. They do play good defense. And they can hit the ball. They play really good small ball, and Ramirez can flat out rake. So, all right, guys, let's take us around the bases. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We're going around the MLB today. Earlier today, it was the Braves 3, it was the Braves 3, Pirates 2. It was the Yankees losing to the Sacramento Athletics. That's right, they lost 11-7. It was the Cardinals 4-2 over those Washington Nationals. It was the Rays beating the Brewers 3-2. It was the Rangers pounding the Detroit Tigers today 10-3 in Motown. As you saw here in Cleveland, it was the Phillies 7-1 over those Guardians. Right now, bottom of the 5th in Houston, it is the Reds 12, the Astros 7. Wow, a lot of offense going in that game. 19 runs so far. In the bottom of the 7th in Kansas City, it is the Red Sox over the Royals 7-1. Top 8 in Chicago on the south side. That's right. White Sox and Marlins tied at 1. Bottom of the 8th in the Twin Cities, it is the Twins 2, the Giants 1. In bottom of the 6th in Flushing, it is the Cubs 4, the Mets 3. And to be honest with you, the Mets came back in this one. They were losing 3-0 in this one. They are now down 4-3. Out west, bottom of the 4th in Arizona, it is the Diamondbacks 1, the Dodgers 0. In Colorado, it is the Padres 7, the Rockies 0. And just about maybe 20 minutes away, 20 minutes and 30 minutes away, or 28, what's it? So you're looking at, 18 minutes and 20 minutes away. You have the Orioles visiting the Anaheim Angels, and you have the Toronto Blue Jays traveling to Seattle to take on the Seattle Mariners. So there is your look around the Major League scoreboard tonight. A little interesting note cap on that Seattle-Toronto series. Apparently, every year, a ton of Jays fans fly across Canada, and they usually come down to Seattle for the the Mariners and the Jays. Like, they were averaging, I believe, anywhere between 20 to 25,000 fans would actually fly across country, across Canada, come drive down through the states, and go to Seattle to watch this game. Kind of interesting with the new tariffs that are being put on, with with Canada and all the political stuff going on, that, believe it or not, it went from 24,000 per game down to like 8,000 fans attending. So it used to be very heavy Blue Jays in Seattle when they would go. A lot of people would go out there for it, but apparently not no more with these current conditions with our governments. So got one more comment for you here. Way more impressed with the 6 hits with 2 outs. Yeah, same here. Wouldn't be shocked if shore houses are easier to get this year. Oh, I believe that too, Steve. And just to be on, I'm from the Philly area. Most of you guys are also from the Philly area. try looking down the shore this year for like a weekend in Wildwood. It's like just under like $1,000. Where like you used to be able to get rooms like a half a block away from the beach for like 150. 150 was expensive. I'll put it to you that way. So now you go down there. Now, if you even try to stay at one of these resorts, and I'm talking about, some of the ones that have been there for 20, 30 years, you're probably spending close to $1,000 for a weekend in Wildwood. So, it'd probably be a lot easier to stay outside of Wildwood and just drive in every day. Pay $20 a day for the parking and have fun. It'd be a lot cheaper doing it that way. But again, guys, do not forget every Thursday it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock special start time. 11. That's right. Make sure you take care of the moms, the wives, the mother-in-laws, the mothers. Tomorrow, we will be on at 11 o'clock. So make sure you get on for me, Al, and Pat, and I'll probably be doing most of that to Pat because he drives me insane. Also, guys, Thursday, make sure you check out Pat and Steve for Attacking the Third. And of course, Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. It is the show of shows. That's right. The Final Word with Matty B. So make sure you guys tune in then. Steve, with one more with fewer Canadians, it would be less credit at the shorter summer. Yeah, tell me about it. That's one thing that I could probably agree with. We don't have to worry about no Frenchies coming down here and walking around in their Speedos. So, with that being said, I am Mike Lauro, and final score tonight from Cleveland: the Phils win 7-1. Ranger Suarez, Bryce Harper, and Trey Turner, my three players of the game. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Or I'm sorry, not bright and early. I will see you around brunch time with me, Pat, now for P&M in the AM. Until tomorrow, guys, have a great rest of your Saturday night. Go Phils, and I will see you guys tomorrow.